And I'm delighted now to be joined on the phone by Tom. Tom, how you doing?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
Very good, thanks. Congratulations on your second album, Skybound. It's absolutely fantastic. Sometimes when you hear a new album for the first time, every song sounds the same because you're not used to hearing it. But in fairness, you have so many different styles of music on this album. Now, you actually recorded the album live.
Yeah, we went in and we had 5 days to record 2 tracks a day because there's 10 tracks on the album, and I was quite nervous about that. Well, I didn't have a huge amount of money.
What would you consider your theme of the album?
The whole idea of the album was based around a lot of the artwork that I did. I did a picture for each song and ended up sort of launching the album in an art gallery in London, and we sold each picture to raise money to be able to help market the record. But the whole base of the record was the theme of Icarus, sort of the Greek mythology of the idea of, a young boy dreaming of flying, and that whole myth of Icarus, the boy whose father made some wings made of wax and feathers. So that throughout all the artwork in the album and all the songs, it follows that theme.
What I found really interesting about this album as well, Tom, is the backstory to it. I mean, you were with a major label for your first album, Sony, and you split up with them afterwards. You did want to make a second album for yourself, and rightly so, but it wasn't that easy. And as you were saying, you went to another creative output that you have, and that's sketches or drawings, to actually raise funds to record this album.
It was just something that I really wanted to do on this record. I wanted it to be a really creative experience for me, and so when it came to making this record, I'd had this idea that I wanted to do a picture for each song. And
although you're a songwriter and you're an artist, you've also written a book.
Yeah, Tales of the Forest of Hope. It's kind of almost like a scrapbook of poetry and the lyrics of the album and stories of how the album came about, and it goes into a bit more depth about the general theme of the album, and it shows all the sketches from the album, photographs from gigs, flyers from gigs from way back. It's almost like a scrapbook of lots of different stuff, You can take yourself a bit too seriously if you get wrapped up in all that, so I like to sort of do the art stuff as well, because it just sort of takes me to another place,
Your songs are so powerful. What is the secret? I mean, what is the method that you put yourself through when you actually sit down to write a song?
Having time is the main thing, and a lot of the time for me, I always have to have a focus of what I'm trying to write about. If I know what I'm trying to write about, and if I've been influenced, I think listening to lots of different music is one of the best things to get me writing, feeling like there's something that I want to say.
No, it's just I find it quite funny because I seen you playing at the Roisin Dubh in Galway last October. It was amazing to look around the room and see all the women in complete awe. It's like you just put some magical spell on them, and they're just in their own little world staring at. Is there a little trick of the trade that you use?
Some sort of magic perfume or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose that's the one of the upsides of doing music, but I don't know. It's kind of, I guess it's all just about connection with people in a way, isn't it?
Well, certainly if guys are looking to meet a few women on the bank holiday Monday, they should go to the Roisin Dubh, because there's going to be loads of women at the gig.
Yeah, probably now you promote it so well that it'll be full of men looking for all the women. None of the women can get in.
Yeah. Tom, can you just tell us what is your assessment of the current music trend at the moment and with music downloads? Because what I noticed with your album is, because there's so much art and info in the actual sleeve of the album, it's more an incentive for people to actually go out and buy the album than to just copy it off a friend or to download it.
Yeah.
I mean, was this a conscious decision as well?
Yeah, I think that there's a limitation to what you can download. If I like a piece of music, if I hear it on the radio or something, I will often then go into a record shop. I'll look into it. It's often, if I'm really into the artist, I want to find out more about the artist. So if your music has translated with people, then it's important to give them that little bit more when they buy the product, instead of just giving them like some, really quickly put together CD with no information in there. I think it's important for people to £15 or whatever, €20 on a CD, that they should open it up and there should be something to read in there.
Absolutely, and that is the right attitude to have, and the more impressive thing is that you did it all off your own back as well. Take care, Tom.
All the best, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, thanks a million.
Bye.